This is the sick new protest NFL players have planned for racist Thanksgiving Day games after they see who's showing up. Thanksgiving is fast approaching, and in case you didn't have any family controversy to keep you livid this holiday season, your friends over at the National Football League will, of course, do something infuriating to disrupt your holiday. This year, the already failing sports league is further damaging their reputation by retaliating against one of their own teams. Apparently, the current national anthem protest that has dug the NFL into an almost unrecoverable hole is being combined with a grievance that the social justice warriors were whining about previously. That being the name of Washington's team. The Redskins were at the center of a controversy over their name and if it was disrespectful to the Native American population in the United States. The most recent objection is to the fact that the Redskins will be hosting a Thanksgiving Day game, which some consider to be some sort of sick joke. If we assume that the majority of Americans even cared about football anymore, which their ratings would say that we don't, it seems like the anniversary of making friends with the Native Americans would be a great thing to celebrate. However, according to Fox News Insider, that's just not how it's being viewed by those fellow Americans who can find offense at anything. A writer for The Nation magazine criticized the NFL for putting the Washington Redskins game on primetime on Thanksgiving. Dave Zirin wrote that the Redskins name is a slur, a name that exists mainly because of genocide and displacement. It's as if NFL owners, by having Washington host this game, are having their own private joke, Zirin wrote, adding a league that celebrates racial slurs can never be an engine for social change. Washington fan Juan Williams, who said he also finds the name offensive to Native Americans, asked the panel their thoughts on the story. "Doesn't matter what you call them, they're going to lose anyway," Philadelphia native and Eagles fan Jesse Waters remarked. Waters' remark is probably the most accurate assessment that could be made. Not only do many predict that they will lose the game, everyone in the NFL is losing on a much grander scale lately. The NFL has completely put itself out of an audience by alienating anyone who possesses even a modicum of patriotism. Maybe some of the former NFL fans would have been open to hearing about any problems actual Native Americans had about the name Redskins if it had been the American Indians who were making the complaints, but at this juncture, it's a moot point. In fact, the same Fox interview pointed out that a recent study showed that about 90% of Native Americans didn't find the name Redskins offensive at all. However, what many do find offensive is what the teams have planned for the Thanksgiving game. Whether prompted by the holiday shake-up, or as a flailing attempt to try and appease the disgruntled ex-fans who are still boycotting all things NFL, the league is considering keeping the teams inside their lockers for the national anthem. Daily Mail reports that this is not the response to the boycott that the president or the people wanted, and President Trump let them know about it. Donald Trump ramped up his battle with the National Football League on Wednesday, tweeting his frustrations about national anthem protests before 6 o'clock in the morning from the confines of his Florida Mar-a-Lago resort. The NFL is now thinking about a new idea, keeping teams in the locker room during the national anthem next season. That's almost as bad as kneeling. The president wrote. When will the highly paid commissioner finally get tough and smart? This issue is killing your league. Trump was referring to a Washington Post report on Tuesday that outlined a possible new league policy being privately debated by NFL team owners. When will the highly paid commissioner finally get tough and smart? The president wrote in a jab at Roger Goodell, this issue is killing your league. Various players and teams have stayed in their locker rooms before games this year, emerging only after the national anthem is played in order to avoid the decision of whether or not to stand. Most recently, Trump slammed Oakland Raiders running back Marshawn Lynch for continuing to sit for the Star-Spangled Banner, despite standing for the Mexican anthem before a game on Sunday. Lynch's latest protest took place on Sunday before the Raiders played the New England Patriots at Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. The NFL should never have found itself in this predicament in the first place. Professional sports is where people go to try and avoid thinking about any heavy issues of the day, but because of the disrespect of the players, those issues invaded a once worry-free refuge. When